Good evening once again. Welcome to the closing ceremony of Frames 2023. Wow, I sound so much nicer on this mic for some reason. I don't know why. But again, you're here. We're all excited to meet who we know we're going to meet. Any guesses who we're going to meet? Oh, we have all the guesses ready. Okay. So this individuals that we have who are joining us from all, सात समुंदर पार तो नहीं कह सकते, सात समुंदर तो नहीं, but समुंदर पार. They had a lot of obstacles in getting here due to whatever logistic challenges, and but they finally made it here, and they're here with us. I don't know, maybe I should just not take any more time and call the lady from Turkey who's joined us, the filmmaker, producer, Stare Yıldırım. Stare Yıldırım. Join us. All right. You're getting whistles and all. Thank you, Stare. Welcome. And this guy's name I've been rehearsing since morning, Burak Deniz, so that I don't mess it up with his fans. Ladies and gentlemen, Burak Deniz. Burak, this is your official mic for the evening. You have all the potential of all the things that can go wrong in a translation, because you have somebody who speaks Turkish, maybe a little bit of English, and you have also another Turkish filmmaker and producer who is, but to rescue us from all the mishaps we could be making, we have Professor Minaj Khan joining us from Turkey to help us with the translation. I don't know how this is going to work out, but Professor, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Wow. How do I say I love you in Turkish?
Seni çok seviyorum. Or seni seviyorum.
Okay, I will. Maybe I should just ask Burak, how do I say that?
So I wanted to say something about why we are doing this, connecting a professor from Turkey. Why three languages?
Yeah, that's a good way to start.
Yes,
why
yes,
don't
it's
we
like because we wanted to have, it's like the respect to all cultures and languages. That's why we didn't want it to be just in English.
Okay. On that note, firstly, it's day 3 of FICCI Frames. A lot of effort goes into putting an event like FICCI Frames together, getting all the people. And I'd request you to raise a round of applause for the amazing team at FICCI, Leena ji and her team, who work many nights and days to put this thing together. Thank you, Leena ji, for helping this happen. And there are countless faces and names who put that effort. But now we get into our closing session. Burak and Stare. Have I pronounced your name right? Stare?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah? So I'm going to start with the lady, Burak, if you don't mind.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. 3 things about India that struck you as soon as you got in here.
Scents. Lots of scents.
Scents, you mean?
Yes.
Fragrances?
Yeah, fragrances. Different varieties. And then the childlike innocence and kindness of people. Always a beautiful smile on their faces. I realized regardless of all the obstacles they're facing in life, they still have that hope and happiness, and I can see that in their face. That's why I say child innocence.
Okay, that's a sweet observation.
And obviously weather, because before we came here, we were wearing coats. So imagine us coming here all of a sudden with that warmness. Beautiful. I will also remember this.
So you found it a little hotter?
Yes.
That was Burak. Otherwise, India is a very cool country. Blame it on Burak. Burak, your 3 things of India that stay with you as soon as you came in. It's the first time to India?
Yes, my first time. Pardon, Türkçe devam etmesi gereken bendim galiba. Şu an artık Türkçe'ye ele alıyorum.
Türkçe'ye geçebiliriz.
Okay, my first time, yes.
Your first time.
Yeah.
And 3 things that stay with you about India now that you're going to go back? very soon?
Okay, foods, spicy foods, people, and your weather is hot, huh? It's very hot. Yeah.
Aren't you going to say nice things about me, Vicky Frames, and all of that?
Ah, yes. Plus FICCI frames. Sorry.
That's called fishing for a compliment. Professor, how do you have that phrase in Turkey? How to fish for a compliment? No, okay. Ignore me. We're still finding our way with this. Please ignore me right now. But you were saying about Vicky Frames, yeah. How did you find that experience?
Profesör, şimdi Türkçe'ye geçeceğiz. Siz çevirebilir misiniz Burak bitirdikten sonra?
Duyamadım en son.
Şimdi
Ben Türkçe
Burak,
konuşmaya başlıyorum. Artık sıra sizde. Onu söyledik. Okey?
İnşallah deneyeceğiz.
İnşallah deneyeceğiz. Süper. Bu tarz organizasyonların insanları, bu sektör içindeki insanları daha çok tanışma fırsatı sunduğuna inanıyorum. Örneğin seninle tanışma fırsatı bulabildim. Senden başka birçok değerli insanla burada tanışabildim. O yüzden FICCI Frames ve benzeri organizasyonların bu denli önem taşıdığını düşünüyorum.
Okay, I will pretend that I understood everything that you just said, and I will wait for Professor to
Okay, right.
clarify as well.
ऐसे इवेंट्स हमें इसलिए हमारे इम्पोर्टेंट हैं बिकॉज हमें एक दूसरे से मिलने का मौका प्रोवाइड करते हैं हमें मौका मिलता है एक दूसरे से मिलने का इज इट ओके विद हिंदी और
Yes, Hindi is just fine. Thank you.
okay. So that's why it is important for me because I got chance to meet with you.
Okay, thank you. प्रोफेसर साहब अभी ये बुराक को आप टर्किश में बोलिए तुम नहीं समझोगे बुराक कुछ होता है
Burak sen anlamayacaksınız. İçimde bir şeyler oluyor.
Evet, onu yaptım. Biliyorum yani o bir galiba bir replik değil mi? Bir filmden bir replik o.
Evet. I think ये कोई फिल्म से वो कोई फिल्म से ये लिया गया है सेंटेंस
Yes.
कुछ होता है
क्या बात Okay, I have a confession to make right at the onset, and I took Burak's permission before the session that can I be this confessional and candid about this. So, before FICCI Frames, I didn't know about the phenomena called Burak Deniz. And then I looked up Google, and then there was a storm. Apparently, he's so famous, even the people who look for him online also get famous. He's that famous. Then I happened to mention to my wife this morning, and I said, there's this fantastically famous actor who I had no clue about. His name is Burak Deniz has come. And she said, yeah, really? Show me what. So she looked him up on Instagram, yeah, and she goes like, oh, he's hot.
Sorry.
Burak, that's not enough, It doesn't feel good when you introduce another fellow actor to your
okay.
wife and she's like, oh, he's hot.
Okay, what's your wife's name?
Saloni.
Saloni, eşinin kıymetini bil.
सलोनी आई थिंक आपको अपने हस्बैंड की जो है ना इम्पोर्टेंस जानना चाहिए
Did she? फिर से रिपीट कीजिए मेरी वाइफ थोड़ा धीमे सुनती है
सलोनी you have a wonderful husband you should know the importance
दोनों भाषा में बोल दिया बस हो गया आज सासू माँ को मैं जाके सुनाऊंगा I will tell this to my mother-in-law as well. Thank you. That was very good.
Hi from me.
Yeah. Stare, I'd like you all to know about Stare. Is that her debut film won at the San Diego Film Festival. It was called Butler. Butler.
Yes,
Big round of
yes.
applause. You've been doing this directing and producing for 20 years, right? And
Like I have been producing more than I am directing, because I started as a producer in the United States.
Yeah.
And then I came back to my country and became the president of production of a major studio called Mediavision. And after that, I founded my own company and started directing as well. Something I was trying to avoid for a long time, but I ended up doing that. And then with my first feature film as a director, not as a producer, I have won several awards. I was honored with several awards. And I think the last two was Best Global Cinema and Best Debut Director at San Diego Film Festival in the United States.
Congratulations. I think we've heard of that. That's why we also said, yes, Stare Yaldim should be here at FICCI Frames. Ladies and gentlemen, Stare Yaldim. Stare, is it hard for women? Does the gender get into the way? I know it's a politically difficult question to ask, but has your experience been in Turkey?
Well, I have to say it's hard everywhere, in every business, in every profession to be a woman. And obviously in the east side of the world, it is harder compared to the west side of the world. So I experience both sides of the world. And in the United States, it's much easier for me to function. And I get respected as an individual. I'm not seen as a woman only. So this feels good. But in my country and in other Eastern countries, I think it's still a little bit of like, they don't want to see a woman more than a secretary than a leader. You know, they cannot accept female leadership that much. But we are getting there. We are getting there. But I think I explained. I answered the question, huh?
Yes, thank you. Burak, I want to ask you, I believe you're an actor, right?
I am.
Listen, so the non-cheeky part of the question is, why do you act, Burak? Why do you do what you do?
Why do I act?
Why do you act?
Benim için başta yani oyunculuk serüvenim boyunca, kariyerim boyunca benim için başta çok istediğim bir şeyi yapmakla başladı. Sonrasında bir göreve dönüştü ama sonunda bir tutku ve kendini ifade etme şekline dönüştü diyebilirim. Benim için kamera karşısında olmaktan ziyade oyunculuk yapıyor olmak bir kendini ifade etme biçimi oldu. Hayatımın içine, yani tabii ki işim çok ön planda olduğu için, bir de çok ön planda bir iş olduğu için benim için bir halledilmesi gereken bir şeye dönüştü. Bir konu haline geldi. Bir araç haline geldi. O yüzden mesleğim bana para kazandırması, bir popülarite yaratmasından ziyade beni rahatlatan bir duruma dönüştü. O yüzden bayılıyorum yaptığım mesleğe.
All right. Again, I will ask Professor Saab to rescue us here.
स्टार्टिंग में मेरे लिए जो है एक्टिंग एक जॉब जैसी थी, लेकिन धीरे धीरे ये हमारा एक पैशन बन गया। तो इसको मैं कहीं जॉब से ज़्यादा मुझे सुकून मिलता है जब मैं एक्टिंग करता हूँ, अच्छी एक्टिंग करता हूँ, तो मुझे एक अलग सी फीलिंग्स देती है। तो कहीं जॉब से ज़्यादा ये मेरी एक आदत सी बन गई है। तो मेरे लिए एक पैशन है और एक आदत है। जब तक मैं अच्छे से कर नहीं लेता हूँ तो मुझे वो सुकून नहीं मिलता है।
क्या बात है, thank you. That made a lot of sense. I want to ask you both briefly to share how did you all end up doing what you're doing. Burak was telling us why he does. So Stare, in a brief way, you've already said it, and maybe I should ask you that now. What excites you? You've told us your journey, and what excites you from now on?
I realized I can tell you what kind of stories I like to tell. I like to give people hope in a world where we are not really facing good things all the time. So if I can spread hope through my storytelling, then I'm happy. So the reason I chose this profession, basically first I wanted to just be a writer at the beginning, and I studied literature as a result. However, I realized there were people who cannot read and write still, especially back in time. So I decided if I choose filmmaking as a genre to tell my stories, I could reach more people. That's how I became a filmmaker, to tell stories and reach more people than just books.
Yeah, I think you have that common with a lot of filmmakers in the room over here as well. Burak, there are many new audiences like me who don't know about your journey. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey in short? About your journey. How did you become what you become? How did Burak Deniz happen?
Bilmem. Yani ben sadece işimi yaptım ve en iyi şekilde yapmaya çalıştım. Hayatın, yaradanın ya da o her neyse bana sağladığı bu hayatı, bu kariyeri hak etmek için hep daha iyisini yapmaya çalıştım ve konu buraya geldi. Ben diyebileceğim bu.
यानी मुझे नहीं मालूम है कि कहाँ से शुरुआत हुई, लेकिन जब मैं करने लगा धीरे धीरे एक ऐसा लगता है ना कि एक ऊपर से एक मुझे कहीं से अलग से एक वो क्या कहते हैं एक मेरे अंदर एक हाउ वी से लाइक समथिंग कमिंग फ्रॉम लाइक आसमान. तो धीरे धीरे एक इट्स रियली डिफिकल्ट टू एक्सप्लेन द लास्ट सेंटेंस. आई मीन लाइक शुरुआत में मैंने कुछ नहीं सोचा, जस्ट एज एक्टिंग शुरू किया, लेकिन बाद में एक ऐसा लगा कि ये कुछ है हम में जो हम कर सकते हैं. आई कैन एक्सप्लेन लाइक दिस.
क्या बात, क्या बात.
Ha, unutmadan şunu da söylemek istiyorum. Yani özellikle bizim işte daha çok tabii ki yani insanlara ulaşmak daha kolay oluyor. O yüzden herkesin ne olursa olsun, hangi milletten olursa olsun yaptığı işlerdeki duygu aynı. Ortak duygulara sahip olduğumuz gerçeğiyle yüzleşiyoruz. Ben bir aktörü, bir aktrisi izlediğimde ondaki duyguyu aldığımda rahatlıyorum. Eminim nacizane sevenler ve izleyenler de eminim o duyguyu alabildikleri için o takipte bulunuyorlardır diye düşünüyorum. O yüzden bu önemli. O duyguyu birbirimize geçiriyor olmamız önemli. O duyguların ortaklığını hatırlıyor olmamız önemli diye düşünüyorum.
यानी एक बात और भी बताना चाहूँगा कि जो यानी किसी भी नेशन से या किसी भी आप ट्राइब से या किसी भी कंट्री से हो, जो एक फीलिंग होती है, आई मीन लाइक फीलिंग, वो कहीं ना कहीं जो है ना हर एक उसमें एक म्यूचुअल फीलिंग होती है जो आप उसको फील करते हैं. तो ये जो फीलिंग्स है वो वाकई हम ना कहीं ना कहीं से इसको फील करते हैं. वो फीलिंग के बारे में बताना चाह रहे हैं.
Okay, क्या बात. Okay, Burak, I have a yes and no question for you. And it is in service of a lot of curious female faces who look at you with so much love, even when you're talking in Turkish and they have no clue what you're saying. The question is, are you single?
क्या
Is normal.
Drink as much water as you want, but give us an honest answer. We want to know this. Do you want to know? Is this too personal a question to ask at a forum, or it's okay to ask? It's okay to ask. It's okay.
Okay, what?
Are you single?
विचार मिस्ट्रेस.
No.
हाँ ये no नहीं.
Am I a singer? No.
Single. Are you with someone? Are you dating
Ha,
someone?
singer. Singer. Okay. I'm single now. Why are you laughing? I'm single.
Weren't you just talking about hope? So many women just found hope right now.
Do you singer?
But listen, I know you're a singer. You were singing something. I heard you singing. Do you want to sing something right now?
No.
Little bit. Something in Turkish. Anything that is coming from the heart.
Ağlamadan ayrılık olmaz.
Come on, go on.
İşte kuzu kuzuyu sessiz sessiz söylemen.
Okay.
Yeah.
We still believe he's the best singer in the world, don't you? Okay, I've been, people are asking me to ask you this question and that question, so now I'm going to come and stay in track here. Okay. Burak, do you watch, also to you, Stare, what sort of Indian stories, films are you influenced by? You can give me a response first, Stare.
I think it's going to be, most of the people say the same thing maybe, but there is this film called PK. I like that one.
Okay.
And a few other, but I cannot recall the
cheat
names.
my answer.
But we all love PK, even if you say it's PK, we're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so PK and PK for you.
Yes, BK.
Yeah.
Actually, Amir Khan.
Yeah? Can we have a woot for Amir Khan and a big round of applause?
Yes,
Yeah?
yes. Full respect.
All right, great. Listen, so let me ask you a serious question that you're meeting people, you're at Frames, you're experiencing a connection with a lot of people in the business, and now I want to ask you, as a filmmaker, as a producer, what sort of collaborations would you be hopeful of between India and Turkey?
I actually thought about this in the past because I visited India first time in 2010, again through FICCI Frames. And by the way, I want to thank the whole crew and my friends at FICCI Frames for inviting us here and having us and treating us lovely. And their hospitality, I thank you all. And obviously all the guests, thank you. In 2010, I brought a delegation from Turkey on behalf of Ministry of Culture, and that was my first time in India, and I immediately thought we should do films together because I see a lot of connections. We even have common words. I don't know how many, but thousands, like Divane Aşık and many other. Yeah, Divane Aşık, Pehlivan, I think. A few other words in common with you guys. Then I was thinking about maybe a romantic comedy that we can, with sequel. The first film can be shot in India, and the second one can be shot in Turkey. And maybe Burak will act in it, who knows?
Maybe one day, who knows?
Wow, that sounds like a promising Indian-Turkey collaboration. Burak acting in it, wow. Burak, you have a wish list actor for that sort of a collaboration? Any Indian actor you would like to collaborate with in that, possible collaboration?
Of course, firstly, Amir Khan.
Okay.
And
Shah Rukh Khan.
yes, Shah Rukh Khan. And Chopra, yes.
Priyanka Chopra.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Okay, there we just have a potential poster right now. Priyanka Chopra, Burak Deniz, Amir Khan, Shah Rukh Khan. Can I get a small role in it? I mean, can I pitch for my...
If I'm the producer and director, why not?
Maybe. Burak, just for my wife, she'll feel happy.
I know.
All right. So, on a more serious note, are there any directors that you'd like to collaborate with, Burak? Any?
Yes.
It's really hard to remember the
Yes,
names.
the names I remember, but very hard.
To remind the names. You were telling me the director of PK is somebody you're very familiar.
Yes.
Raju Hirani?
Yes, of course. Sorry. Yes.
Now, please say it in a little more sincere way. It looks like I am telling you that you must collaborate with Raju Hirani. Though it's not nonsensical of you to ask for him. He's one of our best directors. Big round of applause for Raju, sir. Okay. Burak, I'm going to ask you a couple of personal questions. Okay, I'm sure that. Do you have a take on marriage? Do you believe in marriage?
Evlilik yani şu an için, yani şu anki düşüncemle evlilik için bir insanın hazır olması gerektiğini düşünüyorum. Neden olmasın bir gün? Neden olmasın? Evlilik her zaman... Are you okay?
Professor is not happy with
Professor,
your
are you
answer.
okay?
या ये शादी के लिए सबसे पहले इंसान को रेडी होना जरूरी है होगा क्यों नहीं हो सकता है
Ama günün sonunda evlilik gerçekten olan bütün romantik olayların arasındaki bana göre en güzeli. Yani çok romantik gelen bir organizasyon olduğunu düşünüyorum. Neler söylüyorum?
लेकिन एंड पे आखिर में मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जो सबसे रोमांटिक ये है कि घर पे यानी शादीशुदा होना और अपने घर पे जाना
So, you're largely known for your romance work. How do you feel when you get all this love from all the audiences from world over? And can you all show some love when I ask him that question? Can you see? You can hear this love now. How do you feel when you get all that love? How do you feel when you get love from audiences world over? Like you land in India and then there's everybody asking for a picture, everybody wanting to give you so much love. How does it feel?
Yani diyebileceğim en temiz haliyle şu, sevmek, sevilmek bunlar güzel şeyler. Keyifli. Buna layık olabiliyorsam ne mutlu bana. Keyifli.
या जस्ट इतना कहूंगा कि एक दूसरे को चाहना अगर आपको कोई चाहता है तो सबसे इससे अच्छी क्या बात हो सकती है और जब कोई ऐसा करता है तो जाहिर सी बात है मुझे भी बहुत खुशी होती है कि मैं उनके लायक हूँ कि उनको मैं खुश कर पा रहा हूँ
क्या बात है. That is very sweet. Okay, I have a very, very, very, very Oprah Winfrey-like question. All right. I'm going to channelize the inner Oprah Winfrey in me. What is it that you fear? You're this young, strapping, and then the question is for you as well, Stare. And both of you take your turns. You're strong, you're on the top of the world, everybody loves you. But what does Burak Deniz fear? And Stare, you're a woman of today, making films, producing content. What is it that you fear?
I think first Burak can go with this question. Ne hissettiğimiz üzerine. Evet, yani böyle bu kadar tanınıp dünyaca
Şahane bir duygu tabii ki. Yani bunu yaşayabildiğim için kendimi şanslı sayıyorum. Buna ön ayak olabilecek bir mesleğim var. O yüzden mutluyum, gururluyum bu konuda. Keyifli. Yani bir şey kendi adıma söyleyebileceğim. Bir şeyler konuşmak zorunda kalmadan insanlarla bir sevgi bağı kurabiliyor olmak, onlarla iletişime geçebiliyor olmak, onlarla hemen ortak bir duygu yakalayabiliyor olmak çok keyifli. İşimin en sevdiğim yanlarından biri sorduğun sorunun cevabıysa.
ओके तो ये एक अलग फीलिंग है ये फीलिंग ऐसी है कि हम इंसानों के साथ में वो फीलिंग शेयर कर पा रहे हैं उनको जान पा रहे हैं यानी और वो हमारी फीलिंग्स यानी हमारी एक म्यूचुअल फीलिंग्स उनके साथ में आ रही है ये पर्सनली हमें एक अलग से एक फीलिंग्स जो है ना प्रोवाइड करती है कि उन लोगों के फीलिंग्स साथ में हमारी फीलिंग्स सेम है यानी एक खुशी बांटते हैं एक दूसरे के साथ में
Of course, I'm not in front of the camera, so they don't know me that much.
Maybe one day, huh?
Well, the thing is, I was offered many times to act, but I'm too shy to be in front of the camera, so I refuse all the offers and instead I stayed behind the camera. I don't want all that attention. I mean, I see how he's like, and I'm like, I can't do that, I cannot be that person.
He's very comfortable with all
He's
the attention.
very comfortable. I wouldn't be that comfortable. So that's why I think everybody picked the right profession. But I would love to be in a musical if in front of the camera. Musical is okay, but not just like regular acting. Other than that, for me, I realized something. When people watch my film in live screenings, even the people that know me personally, when they watch my film, they almost see a different me. I don't understand how, but at the end of the film, they cry, they come and hug me, they feel more compassion towards me. That feeling of touching their hearts through my storytelling is amazing, amazing.
Okay. Burak, now that you're single, And I'm going to use one of these Indian tricks that we boys know of. And I'm going to channelize now from Oprah my inner Karan Johar to tell you what I'm going to tell you next. Let's have some fun. I'm going to show you something that we Indian boys use to draw the attention of the Indian girls. Are you ready for that? Can I show you some trick? It doesn't work
Really?
for girls,
Okay.
so I'm just going to
I'm
show
okay.
it to Burak.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's called why don't you just get up? Come on.
Okay.
And this is also a homage to one of our biggest stars in the country. His name is Shah Rukh Khan. All right, and I'm going to show you how to do the Shah Rukh pose. So can we have some Shah Rukh music in the atmosphere, please? All right, keep it soft. I have to give instructions also to yeah. So, start with your legs. Weight on both the legs evenly. Then you take your right leg and you turn it 45 degrees inside. All right? Put your weight on the right leg and then slowly pick your arms up and lift it towards the girls. Can you do it for them? Come on. Thank you. That's very.
Your turn.
All right.
Yes.
Something I can learn.
Yes.
All right. Let's have it. So, what song should we do it on? Do you know Tarkan? Tarkan, of course, we all know Tarkan. Tarkan, console. Can we do
The
Tarkan?
Kiss Kiss song. But this is a different song.
This is a different song. Sorry,
The same singer.
we're a family channel here. Okay, so we can. So let's have some Tarkan and let me learn some stuff from you. What do you do? I have 5 left feet, but you'll have. But that's okay. Listen, if this plays with Tarkan, it'll be very good. Aren't we doing any Tarkan? Console? We've impressed you for an Indo-Turkey collaboration.
Perfect. It
has
was
all
lovely.
the-
It was lovely to watch.
And I think some people in this room would have already bought their tickets. I'd like to bring to your notice that 3rd May is when FICCI Frames had its first day. And 3rd May, 110 years back, is when the first silent movie called Raja Harishchandra released. And it's almost poetic that Leena ma'am and her team picked 3rd May to open FICCI Frames 23rd edition. So big round of applause. It's some sort of a poetic tribute to the years of the media and entertainment industry. Burak, you spent all this time starting. Any thoughts that you want to leave the audiences with? And do you feel a lot more confident after learning the Shah Rukh move?
I'm good. More. Yes.
More of Shah Rukh move?
Yes.
And you're going to watch Pathan as well? Of
course,
He's
yeah.
going to watch Pathan, our biggest film, huh? All right. So, thoughts for the audience? Any thoughts for the audience before you leave?
Bir izleyici için bir düşünceniz var mı? Ne söylemek istersiniz?
Yeah, the whole experience here, the experience here at FICCI Frames and all of this.
Çok iyi anladım. Bu benim buraya Hindistan'a ilk gelişim, Mumbai'ye ilk gelişim. Biraz iş dolayısıyla gelmiş oldum bu defa. Bu seferkine iş dolayısıyla gelmiş oldum. Çok merak ediyorum. Kültürünüzü çok merak ediyorum. Sokaklarınızı çok merak ediyorum. Çünkü bambaşka iki kültürüz. O yüzden benim için çok merak uyandırıcı bir ülke. En yakın zamanda tekrar gelmeyi, bu sefer sadece tatil için gelmeyi planlıyorum. Ama burayla ilgili en ilginç bulduğum gerçekten yemekleriniz çok baharatlı.
ओके ये हमारी ट्रिप एक बिजनेस ट्रिप जैसी हो गई, लेकिन हमेशा से जो है ना एक इंडिया के कल्चर के बारे में, इंडिया के जो है ना लाइफ स्टाइल के बारे में हमेशा एक क्यूरियोसिटी हमारे अंदर थी। और कुछ जल्दी से सब चीजें हो गई, लेकिन आई एम श्योर कि मैं दोबारा से आऊंगा। लेकिन एक बात मैं यहाँ पे कहना चाहूंगा कि आपके जो लाइक खाने हैं, फूड्स हैं, बहुत ज्यादा मसाले वाले हैं।
That's fairly honest. That's fairly honest. What about you, Stari?
When I first came here, I was immediately in love. I decided, what was I doing until this time? Why was I going to other like Western countries like Europe or United States, traveling to all these countries? After I've seen India, I was like, no, from now on, I'm gonna start traveling to the east side of the world. And unfortunately, other than India and Pakistan, I couldn't, but I want to. Other Asian countries as well. It's amazing. Amazing lifestyle, the streets, the food, the nature. Amazing. I mean, also the people. I made really good friends. I have really great friends, Indian friends, and the kindness and loyalty of my friends is really impressive. So you guys are very human, humane. It's very important that you didn't lose your emotions. And these are the things I can say.
Bu duyguları son bir şey daha söylemek istiyorum. Star'in de dediği gibi gerçekten de öyle. Gerçekten çok sıcak bir karşılamayla karşılaştık. O yüzden bu unutamayacağım bir şey. Çok çok teşekkür ediyorum. Gerçekten tek tek hepinize, gerek FICCI Frames ekibine, gerekse denk geldim diğer çalışan ya da buraya beni görmeye gelen insanlar. Çok çok teşekkür ediyorum. Şimdi tekrar anladım neden bu kadar ilişkide olduğumuzu, işlerimiz gereği, organizasyonlarımız gereği neden bu kadar ilişkide olduğumuzu şimdi anladım. Ortak duygularımız çok fazla, hayata bakış açımız çok fazla. Aynı sıcaklıkta ve aynı samimiyette olduğumuzu düşünüyorum. Çok teşekkür ederim.
एक बात और कहना चाहूँगा कि जो आप लोगों का जो वेलकम है और वे ऑफ वेलकम है, उससे वो काफ़ी हद तक मुझे हमारे ऊपर उसका इफेक्ट हुआ। और मैं इसके लिए फिकी और फ्रेंड्स और इस बीच में और लोगों से जो मिला, जिसको अभी नाम नहीं ले पा रहा हूँ, उनका बहुत बहुत थैंक यू बोलना चाहूँगा। और जो कि ये काफ़ी इफेक्ट किया हमारे ऊपर। आई मीन लाइक मैं काफ़ी इफेक्ट हुआ इन सब चीज़ों से।
Thank you, and it's been an honor to have you as well. It's been an honor to have you as well. Okay, before we close, what do you all both see is similar about India and Turkish in terms of culture? Stare, you want to respond?
One of the things I noticed is when I first saw the streets 10 years ago, now I see the development. Things changed a little bit. And then I realized India reminded me of like maybe, I don't know, like 30, 40 years before Turkey. So it's very similar. Also, obviously, like how I said, the hospitality and the kindness and warmness of people. These are very similar.
Yeah. Burak, what else do you think is similar to the two cultures and hence their stories? Do you think anything is similar, anything that connects our stories? Professor Saab, help me convey this question responsibly.
Siz Hindistan ve Türkiye arasındaki ortak şeyleri hani ne gözlediniz, ne düşünüyorsunuz? Hani ortak bir şey var mı?
Az önce aslında söylemiştim. Halen de aynı şekilde düşünüyorum. Bu soruya da aynı şekilde cevap vereceğim. Gerçekten samimiyetiniz ve heyecanınız, sorduğunuz için söylüyorum, bana çok geçiyor. Belli ki aynı duyguları paylaşmışız ki bugün sizinle buradayım. Umarım tekrar gelirim. Yine bunları böyle gani gani konuşmuş oluruz.
इससे पहले ही मैंने मेंशन किया था कि शायद हम दोनों में कुछ ऐसा म्यूचुअल है, हमारी जो फीलिंग्स हैं जिसके लिए मैं आज यहाँ हूँ। हम एक दूसरे से के साथ में एक सेम फीलिंग को शेयर करते हैं इसलिए और शायद इसको इतने शॉर्ट टाइम में समझना वो नहीं होगा इसके लिए जो है ना शायद बार बार मुझे आना पड़े तो उसके जब मैं आऊंगा तो ये सब चीजें क्लियर हो जाएंगी तो यही है हमारे शायद फीलिंग्स हम दोनों कम्युनिटी की कहीं ना कहीं सेम है
Onun dışında birçok şeyimiz farklı. O yüzden bunun aynı olması önemli. Onun dışında bayağı farklıyız.
Professor?
Have we got hacked, Burak?
Who is that?
That was interesting. That was interesting. देखो बड़े बड़े देशों में ऐसे छोटी छोटी बातें होती रहती है प्रोफेसर साहब इस डायलॉग का भी टर्किश रूपांतर करके इनको सुनाइए
Yeah, actually, I cannot hear you. Yeah, William Mahomet is here. I think because of the voice clear नहीं आ रही है.
ओके ओके तकनीकी तकनीकी
I heard
रुकावट के
that
कारण
छोटी बात बड़े-बड़े शहरों में छोटी-छोटी बातें हुआ करती हैं. You said like this, I think.
बिल्कुल सही फरमाया आपने मैं कह रहा
Okay, so you want me to translate it? Actually, in Turkish, we cannot, it cannot carry the same feelings, but I will translate literally. Like in büyük şeylerde bu küçük şeyler olur. Yani bu küçük şeyler. Dikkat etmeyin. Yani we cannot carry the same feelings.
That's okay. Please ignore it. Listen, now I have a more important question for Burak before we let you go. Burak, what's the future like? I have heard, tell me if it's the rumor is correct, that you are tired of romance and you want to do something different. So is that true? And if that is true, what do you feel like doing next?
Bir- te-
Daha önceki Aşk Laftan Anlamaz bayağı bilinen bir dizi galiba bildiğim kadarıyla burada. Çok fazla artık benim için bir değişime ihtiyaç olduğunu hissettiğim bir yerden seçiyorum.
देखो दुनिया में अगर खबर फैल जाए कि किसी जूम लिंक के जरिए
Everyone come
बुराक
here.
डेनिस दिख जाएगा तो यही होना है ना So,
Daha öncesinde romantik komedi yaptım. Burada bildiğim bir iş.
Hello, my friend.
Wait. Please.
Good morning, my friend.
I think I'm sure some fans have found out that Burak Deniz is available on the Zoom link, and they're gate crashing left, right, and center. But like, why don't you rescue us
Yes.
till we
Okay.
restore the connection?
Okay.
Sure. Go
I
ahead.
can continue.
Aha, sen şey yap, ben
Daha önce yani seçtiğim bütün işlerde bir önceki işime benzememesine çok dikkat ediyorum. Ama özellikle sorduğun soruya vereceğim cevap şu olur. Artık yani güzel bir adamın güzel bir kadını sevdiği ya da işte ne bileyim ben ona benzer başka hani basit de hayatın çok içinde hepimizin hemen şu kapının ardında ya da şu anda burada hissettiğimiz dışında daha beni zorlayıcı rollerin peşinde oluyorum. Şu anda da tam olarak benim son projem şu an Eylül'de yayınlanacak. Çekimlerine hemen döndüğümde başlayacağız. Onu da Hande Erçel'le birlikte yapıyorum bu arada. Yıllar önce çalışmıştık bildiğiniz üzere. Şimdi tekrar birlikteyiz. Eylül'de bir çoklu kişilik bozukluğu olan bir adamın bir kadına aşık olması üzerine bir hikayede yer alacağız birlikte. Heyecanlıyım. Yani sorunun cevabı şu olsa gerek benim için. Ne kadar zorlayıcı olursa, ne kadar içinde kendi değişimimi, kendi sınavımı verecek olursam o benim için daha elle tutulur, daha tercih edilir oluyor. Keyifli yani.
Professor Saab, did you get that, or we'll have to rewind that?
इन्होंने ये बताया है कि दरअसल प्रॉब्लम ये है कि जब भी मैं कोई फिल्म या कोई सीरीज में काम करता हूँ तो मेरा ये एक एम रहता है इससे पहले जो मैं फिल्म या जो एक्टिंग कर चुका हूँ उससे सिमिलर ना हो, कुछ अलग करें, जिससे जो है ना वो लोग पसंद करें।
Okay, I'm going to,
Okay, I'm
that was
gonna.
anyways our last question, so I'm going to ask
Should I just go
Stare
ahead?
to help
Yeah,
us out
yeah,
here.
yeah. Obviously, he has done a lot of romantic comedies or romance, romantic dramas, and now he is looking forward to do and try new things as an actor, and. Which is nice because now he is working on a project about a man with multiple personality disorders who falls in love with a lady. So this is going to be
And India is a great place to practice that. Welcome.
Yeah, I saw that. Yes.
We all have so many personalities to deal with all the multiple personalities
We
we
have to,
go
by the
through.
way.
Yeah, but please continue.
pretty much that was it. Like he's happy to be working in this new project that will allow him to grow as an actor because this is going to be a bit different than his previous roles.
Great, great.
Yeah.
On that note, I'd like to tell you, Stare, that you've been extremely gracious and you've been so kind and you've been
You
so
too.
humble and, you know, helping us being a part of frames and so gently interacting with the industry over here. Burak, about you, तेरे बारे में मैं क्या कहूँ यार, मतलब तू इतना अच्छा आदमी लगता है एंड मैंने अभी तक किसी भी एक भी लड़की को उसको ऐसे सेल्फी रिफ्यूज़ करते हुए नहीं देखा है और आई हैव ऑल्सो I've just been telling them all bad things about you in my language. At the same time, I have also learned this about Burak of the little 2 days that I've been observing him in this atmosphere over here. That when he stepped out yesterday, he ensured that the radio was playing so that he could learn about the culture over here. So much popularity he has, and every time he interacts with the love that he gets from his audiences, he's been so gentle, so humble. I've never seen him get irritated for a second. I've not seen, he dabs his sweat with the same pizzazz as with he poses a selfie. He's not complained about anything. And Burak, that says a lot about you. And this is a lot of love from India and the team at FICCI Frames and all of us, that you keep going on from strength to strength, and may your stories go across many languages across the world, and you keep growing as Burak Deniz, the phenomenon that we know as. And Professor Saab, thank you for patiently listening to us and putting up with all the technical glitches that you did. And I am so much in admiration of your Hindi translation of all that we had here.
You're welcome. Actually, I'm a fan of Burak Deniz Bey. So like when I saw him, I was also very excited. So like it was the first time when I'm like translating. It is like
Yes.
I'm teaching Turkish to foreigners, but it was like different for me. So maybe I was like a bit excited, but I tried. But sometimes it's technical problem. It's okay. It was really pleasure to see you and talk to you and see you all guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Saab.
Thank you so much for joining us, Professor.
Thank you so much, Professor.
Thank you.
Vijay again.
All right, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, before we go away, Burak and Stella, there is this one person who I would like to take the cue to call on stage, and I would request the audience to raise a round of applause for her efforts that make a platform like this happen. She is responsible for making this happen 23 years back, and year after year, she meets with the industry and collects support for a platform like this and makes it happen and gives us the opportunity to learn, to meet other fantastic potential collaborators. And it's not an easy job. I promise you that. And I've also been lucky enough to learn from her. I'm talking about none other than Leena Jaisani, the head of FICCI Media and Entertainment Vertical. Leena ma'am, do we have you? Or Leena ma'am, being the shy person she is, I suspect she must have sneaked out कि ये विराफ मुझे stage पे बुलाएगा. But can I see Leena ma'am? Can we go and get Leena ma'am from wherever she is? And somebody who has also helped us in a lot of interaction with Doruk and getting, Burak. Doruk, can I have you on stage? Come on on stage. Doruk, thank you for being patient and tolerating all our Indianness. We are like this only, where we can just say that. But thank you for being such a conduit of grace and kindness. You'd like to say something since you've come with Burak?
Actually, I'm thanking you because you let us very safe here and, so sincere. And thank you for the audience too. Thank you. Namaste.
Wow. Okay. Can I see Leena ma'am? Happens in India. We'll figure it all out. It's just an Indian ceremony. Come on. Where's Leena ji? Leena ji, please come on stage. We were missing you. Big round of applause for Leena Jaisani, ladies and gentlemen. So this is an Indian tradition. It's a way of expressing love, blessing, affection to the person, wishing him growth. So it's called the traditional tika. This also ensures you get a lot of babies. Someone told me, it must be true. How about Doruk? Why? Yeah, I have to save the Parsi community. I need babies, right?
Of course.
This is kumkum, turmeric, and rice. We go home and we cook it and eat it now. Just remove it, put it in a pan, and. Thank you, Garima, for doing this so graciously. Big round of applause for Garima for doing this for us. And before you all go, let's have a nice little photo. May I request, ma'am, please come ahead. Doruk, please be part of this.